Fire. Fire, fire, fire.
Okay. Speaking of rage bait, chat, are you ready? 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 Ready? Ready. He lived in Britain for 5 years. Doesn't count. Does that make me any less Russian because I never lived in Russia? What a thing to say. That's crazy. Crazy thing to say. It doesn't count. What? Okay. They want more. They want more of this duh.
The clock has finally started and things are already spinning out of control. That's right, we are mere months away from what will go down as one of the biggest game releases of all time, at least until the second impact when Grand Theft Auto 6 finally hits PC. A Evangelion reference that I think really suits this situation nicely as, well, things are starting to feel a bit apocalyptic. Get in the robot, Shinji. This game has already forced basically every single major publisher and studio to slot their games into 1 or 2 month windows before this game comes out or after this game comes out, turning its release window into effectively just a black hole.
Well, you know what's funny? Even though, like, it's funny, I can kind of relate this to, like, gamer subs drops. Like, for those that don't know, I have a sponsor. It's an energy drink sponsor. Do you guys ever feel like there's too much stuff going on? And, like, you can't spend enough money across all the creators that you like, so you have to, like, pick and choose, and it sucks for you. You would prefer if it was, like, more scattered so that you can save money? Or, like, you know, buy what you want without having to sacrifice, right? Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I think, like, it's not a bad thing as a game publisher or a game dev to skip certain times to, like, basically have a better chance.
Other than Barbie and Godzilla, this is going to absolutely decimate the games industry. Ooh. It's not even funny.
Ooh.
I mean, it is actually, it's actually really funny, to be honest.
It's going to be a giant sinkhole.
Has so much gravity that just by confirming their release date, opening pre-orders, and also telling everybody how much they're going to be selling it for, they've already sent the entire games industry into panic mode. I mean, outside of the industry, too. Like, how many people are fucking soy-pogging about taking time off to play the game? Yeah, didn't Russian Badger make a joke that, like, he was gonna basically try and time having his child before GTA came out, and then they delayed the game anyway, and he was like, screw it. Like, obviously he's joking, but you know what I'm saying? Like, people plan babies around GTA 6 launching. Knows what to think. You got CEOs that are out here that are saying one thing and doing another. You have journalists that are already starting to flip-flop. You got investors that are jumping in and jumping out. And somehow, at the exact same time, we have players that are forming a class divide over which version of the game people are going to buy. Trying to shame people over what I view as the most shameless monetization I have seen in a AAA game, especially for one that's going to sell as many copies as this one and also cost as much as this one already does. What are people doing right now? The analysts were right. Grand Theft Auto did bring the price up, not as high.
Yeah, and it did though. I remember I made a joke and I said it's gonna be $100, and then when it came out, it's like $80, and I'm like, but it's pay gated. Like, you still have to pay $100. And of course the gorgling, slurping, glorping little frogs are like, it's not that bad. It's just an extra $20. And I'm like, bitch.
Some people probably wanted it to.
Yeah, $100 for the nothing removed version. Exactly.
There are entire sections of the game, shops, and maybe even some missions and game mechanics,
tattoos, customization, car
just
stuff,
be completely unavailable to people unless they pay to get.
And keep in mind, for places like Australia, Canada, Brazil, there's a couple of other countries, even like anything basically outside of like the European Union and like other countries in that vicinity, they're going to get screwed because the value is a lot fucking higher. So in Brazil, I remember a couple of chatters were saying, I'm from Brazil and this is going to cost an arm and a leg for me Because the game itself is going to be multiplicative from the fucking value of the currency. It's going to be insane.
Behind a $20 paywall. We're
It's going to
segregating
be
the
so
floors
much
now,
money for those
apparently.
people.
It's not as simple as you can't wear the same clothes as me. No, you can't even be in the same store as me. You can't make this stuff up. So today, we're going to talk about the first impact of Grand Theft Auto 6, how it's already shaping the games industry for years to come, and what I think about this entire mess that we are getting into. Also, the games industry is going to follow everything that these guys do, and they are going to pay for it. Before that, I've had a lot of people ask me,
Dad?
LD, what's the secret to your hair? And actually,
Ooh.
it's displayed.
Thought it was gonna be a Keeps ad. I thought it was gonna be a Keeps ad.
Actually, they don't have anything to do with it, but they're great too.
I have a
That's
display.
why
It's
today's video is
goated.
sponsored by Display, the metal posters that
Chad, don't put these in the bathroom. The moisture will make the glue unstick and it will crash in the middle of the night and make you fucking think someone's breaking into your fucking apartment. Don't put these in the bathroom. Do not put them in the bathroom. You can hang them, but don't put them like with the glue. How do you know? I've said it before. I got scared.
turn just about any boring wall into something that actually feels like
It's
your
nice.
own. And
I
the
have
nice
some
thing is
displays.
they
They're
have
cool.
a ridiculous amount of stuff to choose from, whether it's gaming, anime, movies, fantasy art, sci-fi, sports, cars, nature, maps, minimalistic stuff, whatever you
Harry
need, they got
Potter.
something for it. And if they don't, well, then you can just make it yourself. Displate also lets you make custom
Shiva!
displays, so you can upload your own images and turn it into a metal poster. So whether it's art,
Aw,
screenshot, a
cute.
dumb inside joke, or just something you want to put on your wall, you can actually make the thing instead of just
little
scrolling
shib.
forever
Fuck. I am the target demographic of Display. Fuck.
trying to find it. They're also incredibly easy to put up. You just stick a magnet to the wall, slap the display on
Don't put them in the bathroom. Don't put it in a place where there's moisture.
top of it.
It's
Make
not
sure you
their
try
fault.
to align it. There's no frames, no nails, no wall damage, no trying to make perfect measurements or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Can
So
I
if you
make
wanna
a
check them out and make
SmugAlana
your
one?
space
Yeah,
feel
you
like your own,
could.
go to
care.
displate.com/@LegendaryDrops to get the best deal. Again, that is displate.com/LegendaryDrops, or check the link in the description or in the pinned comment and get yourself something today. Thank you to Displate for sponsoring today's video. It's crazy to think that it's now just been a little over 2 years since Grand Theft Auto 6 was first announced, and how much this game has already moved the games industry by effectively doing nothing. The first trailer racked up 283 million views, the second racked up 186, and somehow it's everything that came after that really set the games industry on fire, or more accurately, in this case, everything that didn't. No news, no reveals, no gameplay, just nothing. This is the next entry in a series
I
whose
don't
last
believe
game
him.
came out over a decade ago. Grand Theft Auto 5 went on to become the best-selling game.
We still haven't gotten a gameplay trailer, huh? 30 FPS on console? I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation to fucking play GTA. I'm sorry. I just don't have it in me. I know people are gonna be like, Alana, you could write it off. You could play it on stream. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm sorry. Why you rich now? Because I don't want to spend my money that way. What do you
230
mean?
million copies sold, and even still
Wouldn't
today
you say-
ranks among some.
Wouldn't you argue that's like a better thing to do rather than just like, you know, spending money just because I have it? I'm just saying, I feel like you should be like, oh, Alana, okay, that's good. You're not just a mindless consumer.
The best-selling games
I don't
every
have a
single year. The
PlayStation.
fact that Rockstar and Take-Two have kept their lips sealed this entire time has only added to both
Wait. GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 dominated 2025. Both games are over 10 years old. Given to the temptation? No, fuck off. Guys, like, what? Come on, don't be like this. Don't brain off Consumba. Don't do that. That's bad. That's how they get you.
kept their lips sealed this entire time has only added to both the anticipation and, more importantly, the speculation. Guys, we have people that are over on Reddit that are hyper-analyzing how many
least
teeth
the
are in an
console-
alligator's
no,
mouth on the cover
I
art right now.
refuse.
We got people counting cigarette butts and practically
Dude. These Rockstar Slurp and Glorpers are so crazy. They are just massive dick suckers.
checking their oxygen levels outside of Rockstar's headquarters.
Chat. I find the people who schizo post on 4chan about how many pizzas are being ordered around the Pentagon more useful than this shit. Bouncing on it crazy style. Dude, if I cared this much, I wouldn't even be mad if someone blew my head schmoove off my fucking shoulders. This is some next level cringe shit.
Trying to predict when the next trailer is going to come out. This game is...
I'm sorry, I can't.
Driving people out of their minds. And just like those players, the industry has lost theirs. We've watched as nearly every major publisher and studio has fallen in line behind Rockstar, first by copying their marketing, every single one of them flying Vice City colors, then by pinning their hopes and dreams on Grand Theft Auto 6, believing that
this is gonna save my life. This is gonna save my marriage, chat. Oh my god, imagine being some dude and his like wife is like giving birth and he's like, my fucking child is gonna be born and I'm gonna play GTA. It's gonna change my life. There's people out there who live like that. I'm not even joking.
Bring players, wallets, and growth back
GTA
into the market.
My
now, finally,
AIDS
by
my cancer,
pushing the idea that if anybody can normalize $80 to $100 games, it's Rockstar. Even Bank of America weighing in, arguing that it's with.
Why are we trusting fucking banks? Who just want you to like spend more money so for interest rates to go up and shit. Bro, what the fuck? Is this not a sign that, like, might be a bad idea?
Within Take-Two's best interest is both a publisher and a partner to many developers to lead that price increase, which you guys know means it's nothing good for us. And it looks like Rockstar answered that call.
Thank God.
After years of waiting, Rockstar finally opened pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6, first starting at $80 for the Standard Edition and $100 for the Ultimate Edition.
So it is $100. Let's not get it twisted. It's $100.
And oh boy, here we go, where these guys aren't even just selling cosmetics or future content. They're locking shops, vehicles, customization, missions, and more behind that extra $20.
Yep.
Now, this has been a hot debate online, and we'll be getting into that pricing later. For my Grand Theft Auto fans, and I realize that I've picked up a few of you guys over the past couple of years. I want to make something very clear. I want you guys to know exactly who you're dealing with here. I am incredibly excited for Grand Theft Auto 6. I cannot wait to play this game, both as a content creator and also as somebody that has been playing this franchise for many years.
I think it's good for him because he's the one that's going to be ripping it apart, and then I can watch his videos on it.
Playing since back with Grand Theft Auto 2 when it was still bird's eye view. But you can be excited for something and still criticize it. In fact, that's usually how you end up with better games. But that's not what we've seen. And what I cannot stand under any circumstances is watching a bunch of corporate ball jugglers misrepresenting why people are mad, downplaying.
Yeah, they're juggling more than just balls, if you know what I'm saying.
Treating $20 like it's a class symbol, acting like this is just another deluxe edition while they're running deep.
No, really, it is kind of classist. I didn't even think about it. All the people on Twitter, they're like, oh, it's just $20. Like, just save some money. You can always buy it for $80 and then just like save up $20 and then just get the Ultimate Edition. What are you, poor? Why, yes, perhaps I am.
Defense for Rockstar and Take-Two just because they're excited that their favorite game is finally coming out. Guys, they opened
It's the same. I keep pausing, I apologize, but it's the same thing as when people argue and say, oh, it's just 3-day early access for the new World of Warcraft expansion. It's not even a big deal. Just wait 3 days while everyone's out there who spent $20 extra to play the game. You can just play with everyone else later. It's so cringe. I always hated that fucking logic.
Orders without even showing gameplay. And we have people that are ready to die on a cross to defend something that they can't even see. And while I realize that Rockstar has an incredible track record with some incredible games they have made, guess what? Everybody else did too at one point. For those somehow unaware, the Ultimate Edition does come with the usual stuff. You got exclusive weapons, a couple cars, some skins. Fine, I don't care about that. Sell whatever cosmetics you want. But then they took it a step further by locking clothing stores, tattoo shops, vehicle stores.
I thought that was the whole point of having fun and dressing up your, like, it's essentially you're a Barbie doll and you can shoot people. It's a game. It's a Sims. Like, ugh. People give shit for Sims for locking everything behind DLC, but then this shit is like just as egregious in my opinion.
customization shops, upgrades, actual in-game content, and even
Because
missions.
this is what boys care about. They want to make their car look pretty. What if Gran Turismo fucking did this shit? They locked it behind $20 for you to customize your car. Do you know how many people would lose their fucking marbles over this? Or Forza, or Need for Speed. Like, that's the whole point of the game.
Behind this Ultimate Edition. Now, the funny thing is, I'm more mad about...
We want our car to look badass, not pretty. Buddy, you're dressing up your car. Like, what are we talking about here? You're splitting hairs over nothing. It's two sides of the same coin.
This than I am the price right now. Hell, this game is actually cheaper than most deluxe editions that we see. But...
Yeah, that is true. And I fucking hate all of this. I hate Civ. I hate this fucking Borderlands. Following the trend of NBA, that's not a good thing, guys.
Rockstar. This is reportedly a $1.5 to $2 billion game, maybe even more. And instead of creating more value for the people that are willing to spend extra, you created less value for everybody else. You didn't build anything new. You built barriers. And I think that's fucking pathetic. After all that time and all this money, your big idea wasn't how do we celebrate this game and our players. It was deciding which doors players were not allowed to open unless...
And again, this all started from the fateful day of Horse DLC. The horse armor DLC. It's just $10. It's just $20 for a skin, guys. It's not a big deal. It's a slippery slope. Thank you, Blizzard, for adding fucking mounts to the shop, because now you're just farming that shit 20 years later. Almost
they paid you 20 extra dollars. And that's the difference that I don't think a lot of people understand here. This is not Rockstar rewarding the people that are paying more. It's Rockstar creating a version of the game, a lesser version of the game, for everybody that doesn't. Ultimate Edition buyers are not buying anything extra. You guys are just getting the complete version. Everybody else is getting the same world with intentionally locked doors in front of them. Guys, this is not future DLC. This isn't an expansion that's 6 months down the line. These are play.
It's the game. They're locking content that is available for everyone and making you feel like you have to buy it because you're missing out. It's literally FOMO. It's the same thing as the $100 mount, auction house, Brontosaurus, whatever the fuck, in World of Warcraft. And then they take it away, and it's like, oh, it's such a slippery slope, and people just don't realize it.
Places that are already going to exist in the world. You're going to see them on the map. You're going to be able to drive right up to them. You're going to walk past that front door, and you're not going to be allowed inside. And that's what I think people are missing right here. Normally, when you don't buy a deluxe edition, you just simply don't see that content. It's just not there. You just move on with your life. Here,
we used to have deluxe editions that would give you, like, statues or... I don't know, like a shitty little item like you could put on your desk or something, and now we have deluxe editions that literally lock content.
The monetization is going to live inside the game itself. Every single time you drive past one of those shops, every time you walk up to an NPC that you can't interact with, every single...
Wait, that's another really good point. It's not like the content isn't there. It's not like they blurred out the tattoo shop or whatever, right? Like, you can't, like, it's not even, like, visible to you. You're gonna walk into the store, and then it's gonna be like, hey, do you want to buy, if you want access to this, you need to spend $20. Dude, it's so fucking evil now that I even think about it for more than 2 seconds.
Time you hit another locked door, it's the game reminding you that there is another version of this game that you haven't paid for, and this will likely be the same case for future DLC. This is not just about restricting access, it's about making sure that you are constantly aware that somebody else paid more than you did, hoping
I hate it.
That you finally go and make the decision to go and buy the exact same thing. It turns this entire game into one giant advertisement for an upgrade. And genuinely, I think that's one of the most psychologically manipulative
It's the same thing as early access. People get such bad FOMO, and Blizzard and other video game companies have seen what happens, and that's why they keep doing it. When did they start early access? Like Shadowlands? Oh, I need to look this up. When did Blizzard start doing early access for WoW? Was it the War Within? I swear it was Shadowlands too. Maybe I'm cooked. It was the War Within. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it was like during COVID, so maybe I was just fried. Players who purchased the Epic Edition were granted a multi-day head start before the official global launch. And yeah, and you think that doesn't psychologically affect you when your friend who's more well off than you playing the game without you doesn't make you feel bad?
Forms of monetization that we have seen from AAA mainstream games in a long time. I almost have to give these guys credit for it because honestly, it is incredibly creative, especially from a marketing perspective. It is genuinely clever in this case. They aren't interrupting your experience with a pop-up asking you to upgrade. It's not just these menus on the main screen or anything like that, at least not yet at the very least. And well, they're just weaving the upgrade into the experience itself. And if this catches on, imagine where it's going to go from here. Imagine playing a racing game, going to take a shortcut, and then running into a barrier that's telling you that you can't go down this road because you don't have the Ultimate Edition.
Sorry, you're poor. Swipe your credit card.
Or you don't have the next expansion. Imagine an RPG where you stumble into a boss arena, but nobody is there because you bought the standard edition. Imagine an open world game with entire districts that you can see, but it's not there because it's adding anything to the world. It's there just to remind you that you haven't paid enough.
Yeah.
People keep saying it's
so it hurts my brain. How did we get to this point, man? It all started with like, I guess like alpha funding, like games where you could get early access through like Patreon. Like, I don't know. Like, I know there's a lot of indie games that do it, but indie games do it because like it's unfinished and like you know that they're gonna finish it eventually. At least like most of them. Some people fucking scam you, but yeah, fucking big corporations started doing it, and they're like, yeah, it's the same thing. Like, you get early access, and then you beta test the game 3 days early.
Optional, so are mobile game timers, so are battle passes, so are loot boxes, so are skins, so are basically every other system that we see put into these games trying to squeeze more money out of us. That's never been the point. The point is that every single one of those systems changes how these games are designed around them. They first start out as optional, but then after years and also millions later, these companies are trying to find ways to make it feel just a little less optional. And
I wonder how the original GTA 1 guy that like, or the people that made GTA feel about this. Now their game is like completely corpo sucked out. Like they have no soul anymore. It's just a skinwalker walking around with their like face on it.
That's exactly what we're seeing right here. This is not just another standard deluxe edition. This
Mass Effect Andromeda was EA big screw over the player base that we made enough in pre-orders to bother finishing or fixing the game. Yeah, and it was one of the most horrendously buggy games ever. I remember, I think it was Crobecat or some other guy, they made like a compilation of all the fucked up looking bugs or like unfinished dialogue sequences or like physics flying off and like the not the cars but like the space cars flying off into the sky. Yeah, the face animations were fucked. Yeah,
monetization that is fundamentally changing the game world itself.
My face is tired.
The world is not
like
just there to immerse you anymore. No, it's there to sell you an upgrade, at least in some places, or constantly remind you that you haven't spent enough. I don't know why anybody is trying to compare this to basic cosmetics or microtransactions. Those are annoying, the same thing, but you can ignore those things. It's a pop-up that you close, or it's a box in the corner of your starting menu telling
I think the pop-up shit is so fucking stupid and annoying. I hate that.
You what else you can buy. This is different.
Diablo.
This is actually
Diablo
crept into the game itself. And
Diablo
I know that
4.
this isn't going to stop everyone from paying, but it is going to stop some people. $100 is a lot of money for a lot of people.
No, it's not a lot of money. Just save it up, bro. Save it up.
And well, I can afford it, and I can also recognize that a recent poll showed that the vast majority of people are going to be buying the Ultimate Edition regardless.
And the worst part is I believe it, because they want full access to the game. You've been waiting so long for your favorite game.
I think it's important to still call this stuff out. As a player and also as somebody who just loves this hobby, I want as many people as possible to have access to these games. I don't want people constantly reminded of their financial position when they go to play a video game. These games are supposed to be an escape from that.
I think I saw a Twitter post showing that the PlayStation 4 with GTA 5 as a bundle was $450 American. Can you believe that? Like, with the game. Right now? No, like back when it launched, there was like a promotional bundle. Sometimes you could buy like an Xbox 360 with Halo. And this one was like a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 3, whichever one. I can't remember because I never bought consoles. But back then, it was like $450. And GTA Online wasn't like a fucking thing. Like it was, I don't think it was a thing when it launched.
But every time we accept something like this without even a little bit of pushback, real life creeps a little further into our escape.
Yep.
Maybe I'm just old. Maybe that's what the problem is.
You're old, but it's okay.
I remember back in the day when it was just turning on a game and it was just a game. That was it.
Yep.
They weren't trying to sell me anything else.
Yep.
Now we have that exact same experience, at least to a point, while we also have middle management that's coming in trying to basically turn every single game into the home shopping network at this point. You know, I think what probably bothers me the most is that I am genuinely excited for Grand Theft Auto 6. I really want this game to be good. Man, do I want this game to be good. But I also still recognize the knock-on effects of something like this because these guys are going to see that it works because of course it would. It's genius. People are going to buy this game regardless. They're going to make that upgrade. They're going to see a bunch of players interact with some of these NPCs or try to walk into a shop, get hit with that pop-up and say, you know what, screw it.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
They're going to make money off of it.
That's just how psychology works. You're missing out. You feel bad.
So as a result, they're going to continue to do it. And you're going to see this show up again and again, likely with future content, likely with future expansions, and probably even with Grand Theft Auto Online in some cases. But I'm sorry, man. For a game that they've invested this much money in and have taken this long to make, how are you not going to try to actually create anything of actual value here? How are you not actually going to try?
Bro. PlayStation 3 launch bundle. No, PlayStation 4 with Grand Theft Auto was $400 in 2014. Holy shit, we have fallen so far. Let me do the conversion. Hold on. I'm gonna do the conversion. Inflation calculator. Let's do the math. $399 in September of, November of 2014. November of 2014. Now in May. It's $500? What? No, you're trolling me. No, am I doing it wrong? No, I'm serious. Look, $399 in November of 2014, which is when the bundle came out. So it's doing May 2026. $500 because of inflation. I'm calculating fucking inflation. They're not real? Oh, okay. Is there no inflation calculator that works? Inflation. Oh my god. Am I cooked? Inflation calculator. I gotta fucking do this for posterity. If in 2014 I purchased an item for $399, and in 2016, what would that be? It's chat. It's Yuze, I did both. Are we serious? It's gotten that bad? Holy shit.
Try to take an extra mile, especially when you're already raising the price, the base price of games to begin with. Like, if you're going to be the one to...
There's no fucking way that consoles cost double now without the games. I just don't... What?
Do this, if you're going to be the one to change that standard price for the industry, man, you better make that extra worth it for us. Give us that cherry on top, because I definitely think that you probably should in this case. Hell, these guys could have actually charged more than what they're charging right now if they actually gave people something real.
I guess AI just made such a fucking massive impact crater. Yeah, that it had to be double the price. Cause yeah, I did say that like the Steam Cube was supposed to be like $700 to $600, and then that got completely ruined.
I think that's probably the part that people should really be upset about here. Because I realize that most people are going to be buying the Ultimate Edition. I think like the vast majority of people are probably going to end up buying the Ultimate Edition. But you're getting no extra content. You're literally just getting the complete version of the game. No additional gratitude for helping this company become one of the most successful in the entire games industry, for helping them for helping make their game one of the most successful franchises, the second highest selling franchise in the entire world.
But the people who made like GTA 1 through 5, like all of them are gone. You can't tell me that it's going to be 30 FPS on console and be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's going to be the same.
Don't you guys think that you deserve a little bit more for that? I think that you do. You know, the other problem is
PS5 Pro, no less.
We have.
Oh yeah, if you don't have a PS5 Pro, it'll be 25 FPS.
haven't even really talked about the price of the game yet. And
yeah,
also,
sorry, guys.
Everybody's eyes are on this game right now, especially the eyes of the industry. And whatever these guys try to do and whatever they try to normalize, all of these guys are going to try to copy it. And as a result, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a bunch of these guys that are chasing a dragon that they can't catch, and they're going to justify it the whole way down.
Oh, God.
All right, so Grand Theft Auto 6 is $80 at its base, $100 if you want the whole experience. And this thing is going to sell an unreal amount of copies. I don't even think people can fully fathom it yet. The industry got exactly what they wanted. They increased the prices, but the problem is that it's going to destroy these guys if they try to follow it. Grand Theft Auto is already the 5th best-selling franchise in the industry. And
I think you're already, like, pushing it, though. Yeah, no, I can see why. Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 6 launches, it's probably going to become the second.
Mario
It's only
Kart.
50 million copies behind Tetris right now. Palworld sold 25 million copies in its first year. It is completely reasonable to think that Grand Theft Auto could double those numbers, especially once it launches on PC.
It'd be
On top of that, this game has absurdly broad appeal because it's not just one thing. It's a story game, a crime game, a driving game, a sandbox.
And then the online is going to print so much money.
Playground. It does all.
There's going to be so much GTA RP, but you're going to need a PlayStation to play.
All these different things all at once. You can ignore the story. You can screw around for hours. You can just try to see how long you can survive with 5 stars. That gives this game a level of plot armor that most games never will have.
They give them so much fucking leniency.
This game being completely unplayable, people are going to be buying this game in mass. It is a cultural behemoth, like we've covered many times. And it's also one of the very few games that can get away with this kind of pricing simply due to their game's reputation and the insane demand behind it. Now, keep in mind as well that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to become the face of that $80 price tag. This fully single-player experience with no live service elements, at least not yet, reportedly costing Rockstar between $1 and $2 billion.
Didn't they confirm that it's going to come with GTA Online that it locks you into? Or something? Someone in chat, I remember a couple of days ago, said that it was confirmed.
To make,
I don't know,
it's
maybe
likely going to be the biggest and most detailed Grand Theft Auto experience ever released, and this is going to be the first thing that people think of when another publisher tries to charge $80. And while I struggle to comprehend why anyone would ever want to spend this much money making
it was GTA Plus. That's still like, I think like the extra on top subscription is so bad on the PS platform, but yeah, but you need you're going to be playing on a PlayStation.
Anything, especially now that we're seeing this is what, like 4 to 8 times the budget of a traditional AAA game that's already spending too much money to begin with. But let's say that money wasn't wasted.
GTA 5 didn't even come out with GTA Online, if I remember correctly. I remember reading that.
the writing is actually good, even though they've changed their writers and the whole world has changed culturally multiple times during its development. Let's say that this thing genuinely justifies the price. That is going to set the bar so high that not a single AAA publisher in this industry could even see it. It's going to be in outer space, but not a single one of their franchises are ever going to be able to compete with it, especially when players don't even have the money to begin with. I mean, talk about the whiplash when I get online and I see that Xbox's CEO, Asha Sharma, is talking about how gaming has a price accessibility problem. I think these guys are actually starting to watch me. That subscriptions, hardware...
Nah, you gotta find more people to compensate for the losses of people not buying our games, guys.
And games are becoming too expensive for players. But then the very next post that I see is that Grand Theft Auto 6 is costing $80 to $100, and Xbox just went up another $100 and $150. We live in a clown world right now. Executives are openly acknowledging that players cannot afford this hobby anymore, and then the prices go up anyway. Grand Theft Auto 6 will sell like wildfire, and I think that these executives are going to see that, but it's not a signal that these players can suddenly afford $80 games. It's a signal that they are willing to make an exception for Grand Theft Auto 6, and those are two very different things. And that's why I keep saying that this industry got exactly what it asked for, just not what it needed, because, well, we know that not a single one of their games can actually compete with this game. I mean, they all moved out of its way the minute that it announced its release date, twice in this case. Instead, what these guys should be thinking about is how that $80 price tag now has become a symbol that they shouldn't compete against, but instead should try to compete around. Now, I want to preface this by saying that this is...
Chat, remember, every time you see someone complaining about, like, oh, you should just buy the game, it's only an extra $20 for the deluxe edition. Remember there was a chick that was 19 years old. She bought herself a Jaguar, and then she fucking totaled it. And then she just bought herself another one, okay? Yeah, those people are the ones that's trying to justify you spending money on a Corpo Borpo, you know?
A bit of a thought experiment. Don't get too riled up. It might come off as a bit of a hot take and maybe a little bit out of character, but I'm not actually completely opposed to Grand Theft Auto costing $80 inside of a vacuum, because I believe in variable pricing, something that the AAA industry has completely ignored because, well, they want to normalize higher and higher prices because it's much easier for them to just take advantage of the customer. I have played plenty of games that felt worth far more than what I actually paid for them. There are
like Expedition, freaking Silk Song, Baldur's Gate. I think Baldur's Gate should have been like $80, but it wasn't. It was $60, right? Elden Ring, yeah, people said Elden Ring as well. There's so many games out there that people feel like they should buy at least 2 copies of sometimes.
Games that I picked up for $5 that I could easily have justified more. Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring felt like I stole those games from their developers. I'm not excusing the price. I still think it's way too high, and I don't think the video game should ever be this expensive, but this is an if, and a very big if at that. If this game actually meets expectations, if it's absolutely massive, has incredible writing, hundreds of hours of content, it lasts another decade and ends up being the pinnacle of not just Grand Theft Auto, but also open world design as a whole, then yeah, Rockstar should charge whatever they feel is actually worth that experience. Now, I'm going to withhold judgment on that because I want to actually play it first, and also because if Grand Theft Auto actually doesn't meet its expectations, or Grand Theft Auto Online ends up costing another $20 or $40 on top of that, then this entire operation is a sham. But what I'm trying to say is that I think that pricing should live and die by the open market. I think that's the best path forward for the entire industry. Publishers should not be benchmarking themselves against AAA as some baseline expectation or some baseline normalization of pricing. They should instead be benchmarking themselves against the experiences that they're making and the ones they're actually competing with. Because if Grand Theft Auto really ends up being the best version of what it does, how do you justify that exact same price for a Call of Duty, a Fable, a Wolverine, or honestly...
COD is going to take notes from this. The new COD! It's gonna be so good! We're gonna charge $100 for you to get access to the full game! Oh, you wanna finish the game? Oh, I guess you just wanna You wanna paint your guns? That's $100.
Just about anything else. Those games aren't competing with some imaginary AAA standard anymore. They're going to be competing with Grand Theft Auto. The problem is that I know that these guys are just going to ignore all of that. I'm telling you guys, competition is the last thing that's on this industry's mind right now, at least in the Western games industry. A lot of these companies don't just feel entitled to your money. They feel entitled to more of it every single year. You can see that with Grand Theft Auto 6 locking part of the game behind an extra $20. You can see that with, will likely end up being Grand Theft Auto Online showing up with its own price tag. And you can also see it across this entire industry where we have these executives that are admitting that players cannot afford this hobby anymore while they're still raising prices and trying to find more ways to be able to make money out of
Use a credit
Do you guys
card.
see that EA is now launching EA advertising so that brands can advertise directly into gameplay?
Yeah, it's like a patent. Yeah, we looked into it. Remember that? Where they have ads inside the game while you're sitting there playing the game.
Publishers are constantly looking for more ways to monetize every single minute that you spend in their games. If you guys think I'm wrong, if you think that this industry isn't just going to ignore reality and you think that, I don't know, these guys actually aren't entitled to your money, how about you guys actually hear it from the mouth of the beast itself? JP Kellums, a former product and creative lead for Madden NFL and a lead producer at Epic Games, took to Twitter to argue that players and content creators have spent too long pushing back against DLC, microtransactions, loot boxes, and every other anti-consumer practice.
That's actually impressive that he's actually criticizing it. Working at Madden, working at EA. I mean, not EA, Epic Games.
Industry has tried to normalize. According to him, then we've created way too unrealistic of expectations that games should somehow respect us as customers, and we should probably look in the mirror if we want to know why the industry is struggling. But I have no problem looking in the mirror. I'm going to tell you that right now. Thank you for acknowledging my contributions, by the way. Right, it's our fault. Yes, it's our fault that these companies seek to spend increasingly more money every single year to effectively make the exact same games.
And also, that's another point. If you artificially increase the labor and the amount of people working on a video game, like for example, Diablo had 9,000 employees. People are going to start crying and saying, oh, well, GTA took like 10 years to make and it cost $1 billion. How do I know I'm actually going to be giving, first of all, those employees the money that they deserve if it's a decent game? How am I going to know that they didn't just artificially increase the amount of people working on a game to justify the price hike when it's not actually going to those people anyway?
Did a decade ago with uglier characters, softer stories, worse performance, social political messaging, and 30 IQ gameplay, while also making those games themselves that much more predatorily monetized because, well, they're trying to make up for the fact that they're spending more while selling less. The answer, apparently, is that we just need to stop complaining. Just accept it. Accept the higher prices, accept the microtransactions, accept the advertising, accept the locked content, well, accept everything that these guys want to cook up in their boardroom meetings because, well, they might end up selling fewer games, or games might actually get smaller, or, oh God, there might actually be some layoffs. So what? Seriously, so what? If the alternative is an industry that has to stop lighting hundreds of millions of dollars on fire, chasing these unsustainable budgets and
I mean, we saw what happened with God of War Laufey. The perfect example. Why do you need to hire the voice actor to come and dress up as a fucking cube, and then having to edit that and having to direct him, and then having to hire all these people to like work around him, and then like getting him there and having him paid, and then why don't you just hire an animator to fucking do the cube? Like, do you see where the inflation is coming from? You could have just been cheaper. But no, we're just going to go around about to basically have a guy wear a fucking cube suit to motion capture him and then hire him to fucking come to the studio.
Sustainable profits that they want and start actually spending their money where it actually matters, making better games and also trying to earn people's money instead of trying to invent new ways to be able to extort it from us, well, then maybe all this shrinking for this industry is actually not the apocalypse that they're pretending it is. If your entire business depends on you guys trying to spend as much money as you can justify while undervaluing the talent that you have that actually understands the players and squeezing the customers who have supported you for years, then maybe your business doesn't deserve to exist. And the more that you guys charge and the more you guys try to follow a game like Grand Theft Auto 6, the closer you're going to get to that. I just think a lot of people just flat out underestimate Grand Theft Auto as a franchise, as a symbol, as a video game. I think a lot of people just view it as another video game. Not only
maybe because there's a lot of people that aren't super normie coded and they just didn't play the game. I get it. Like, I do think GTA had a massive impact, like, when people were growing up. I never played it. My brother did, but, like, people just underestimate how many freaking people are going to consume.
investors, but honestly, probably players
Very
too.
fond
This
of
game
Rockstar.
taps into
But Rockstar did make amazing games. Red Dead Redemption, the first one, was amazing. I played it, even though it came out like what, 2009 or 2010. I played it recently after I finished Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I was like, I need to play the previous.
the culture and instinct
They
and
had
entertainment
amazing
in a way
games.
that nothing else does. And by trying to follow it, so many of these companies are going to find themselves in a lot of trouble. And honestly, a lot of these guys are in a lot of trouble to begin with. Things are only going to get worse for them. You know, I'm trying to understand the reasoning here. Hey, guys, we took this very community-driven, interactive, and fun hobby and turned it into the fastest growing, yet also completely unsustainable industry that it is today. And the only way that we can continue to sustain it is if we make your games worse, charge you more for them, and also inject advertising into it. You know, I can afford my mortgage, but only if I rob you first. Maybe you shouldn't own a home.
Dude. I cannot believe that we're in this dystopian future, man. Are you thinking of trying the game? No, not unless it comes to PC. I'm not buying a fucking PlayStation. I just can't justify it. People can be like, oh, Alana, look at your gifted subs. Look at him. Like, yeah, you could afford it. I'm like, I just don't want to. I'm sorry. It's PlayStation exclusive.
It's crazy.
I can't justify it.
The next few months are going to be wild.
It won't come to PC until next year. Yes, and that's the fucking point. You feel FOMO, so you feel like you have to buy a PlayStation.
It's absolutely going to get crazy because just looking at the
It'll
release
probably be
schedule
2
of the
years
game
now.
and how everybody moved around it, having this many games stacked on top of each other, they are going to be just cannibalizing each other's sales. So whatever game is going to be the best game of those, you know, respective months that they're going to be coming out, everything else is going to fall out because of it. And usually we only see maybe like 1 or 2 of these AAA games in a month, but you're going to see like all these guys stacked up on top of each other.
Yeah.
And it's going to flat out close studios.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to lead to layoffs. It's going to lead to a bunch of stuff that these guys are not going to be happy about.
And not the fucking people that are the CEOs at the top buying yachts. It's the people that are going to be making the games. Like, yeah, everyone always makes fun of them and be like, rip bozo, haha, sucks to suck, your game flopped, so you're losing your job. But I don't think every single person that worked on a video game was like a person who sucked at it or like was just not a good worker. I don't like to broad brush paint people working in an industry because there are good people that just want to make fun games, but the people who actually don't really do anything, like the CEOs in the suits and the managers and shit that don't actually put in like actual labor or skill into it, they're the ones that are not getting fired.
The funny thing is it's actually not the developer's fault in this case. It's quite literally just the fault of their publishers and
the writers should be fired if they suck.
Also, it's probably a little bit also the fault of the developers themselves because, you know, if the games aren't good enough, they're not good enough. So if they're not going to sell, they're not going to sell. But either way, the effect of this game is going to turn a splash into a tsunami and
it's
just
going to be
change
scary.
the face of the games industry over the next like 6 months or so. Well, at least during its release window and whatnot. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited, like from a business angle, I'm really excited for it. From an industry guy that likes to pay attention to this kind of stuff, it's going to be very cool. I'm looking forward to it. The game, also everything else that's going on, but definitely the game. I'm hoping that it's good, man. I really do hope that it's good because if it's not, the video that I'm going to make about a company that quite literally burned billions on a game, on the game in this case, would be legendary. So,
I'm pretty sure Call of Duty, the newest one with the skibbity toilet, that one almost blew $1 billion. I think it was 800 million if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know. They might see that and they'll be like, oh, well, shit. They scratch their chins and like rustle their jimmies. They're like, maybe we need to have $80 in development.
honestly,
yeah,
I
or like
can kinda
marketing
go
and
either way on this.
development.
I want it to be good as a player. As a content creator, baby, we can go either way you want. I tell you right now.
$80 per chance.
But
yeah, exactly.
I'll be
per
honest with you
chance.
guys. I mean, Rockstar does have a solid track record, at least from what I've experienced over the years. I know that Grand Theft Auto Online players might differ with that. I'm not really too sure what's going on with that. I was never really a GTA Online guy, so I probably will.
Well, we watched a video and they did criticize how the old DLC that came out post-COVID, all the writing in there just blows. And we saw it, chat. It was like millennial, wholesome Chungus coded, Reddit coded garbage writing.
Try to be this time around.
It was.
I don't know.
We can't deny it.
The only thing that's really sad about this entire situation is that, you know, whatever
have a lot
great
of
thing they
faith.
can deliver
We'll
is
see.
just going to be that much more predatory than the last. This industry, man. I swear. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, share it online, share it on social media, share it everywhere that you possibly can. Get your friends in, man.
Yeah,
I'm
family.
500,000 subscribers. Can we get me over the line in the next month? I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm going to be moving and stuff like that in the next week or week and a half or something like that. So, videos.
Is that an Escape the Fate shirt? No fucking way. This guy's goated.
Are going to kind of stagger. So
I didn't
you
even
guys are
see
gonna have to
that.
do the
I
extra
was too busy
legwork on
looking at
this
his
one, but I'm sure
hair.
you guys can take care of it. Anyway, I appreciate everything. I appreciate
just
all the
noticed?
support that you guys
Yes,
give me and all the kind work.
Yes, motherfucker. I'm paying attention to what he's saying and not looking at his titties.
I will catch you guys the next one. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Stay cool. Stay righteous. Stay safe. Peace.
Peace. Alana down bad. How am I down bad if I didn't look at a guy's chest for literally 26 plus minutes of a video? You guys are actually fucking rage baiting me. I'm going to fucking permaban all of you. Permabanned! Permad! Super hot face and hair. I said hair! The luscious locks. I'm also thinking about what I have to say, chat. I'm very imaginative. We're listening to you, the video, you stare at you boob for 5 hours. Okay, dude. Alright. You guys are cooked. Nope. You're imagining what it'd be like to marry him and how handsome he is. Chup! You guys got me! Alright. Now you can go imagine marrying him now too. Family. 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 We'll give him a sub. Nice guy. He also has nice pussy. And by pussy I mean kitty cat.
For you.